Do you think you know every creature that walks, crawls, swims, or slithers on Earth? Well, think again. Scientists currently estimate that there may be as many as 8.7 million species on Earth. That's a whole lot of animals, and we're just scratching the surface. If you're thinking, now hold on, there can't be that many, I don't see that many, then you're missing out on nature's hidden gems. Many of these elusive creatures aren't seen by human eyes all that often, and that's exactly why they're so intriguing. Brace yourself as we dive into 15 mysterious animals that have rarely been spotted, each one more bizarre and fascinating than the last. Are you ready to be amazed? Well, let's get started and see what on earth is out there that we've yet to discover. Number 15. White serval. If you've never heard of a serval, imagine a sleek, long-legged wildcat built for speed and agility. Now, imagine one completely white. That's a sight so rare that only 2 have ever been recorded. Unlike some other white animals, these servals aren't leucistic. They're true albinos, meaning they lack melanin entirely. Unfortunately, this rare trait comes at a cost. The white servals were born due to inbreeding, a genetic issue that often leads to albinism in wild animals. While their white fur might seem harmless, it actually leaves them vulnerable. Servals rely on camouflage for survival, blending into their environment to hunt and avoid predators. White servals, however, stand out in the wild, making them an easy target. Even worse, albinism increases their risk of sun-related illnesses, like skin cancer. One of the known white servals even developed nasal cancer, proving that this mutation, while fascinating, comes with serious consequences. Number 14. Northern bald ibis. If you saw a northern bald ibis for the first time, you might think you'd stumbled upon some kind of mythological creature. With its vulture-like head, scraggly feathers, and piercing stare, this bird looks like it flew straight out of a dark fairy tale. Once common across Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, this species is now one of the rarest birds in the world. At one point, the northern bald ibis was thought to be extinct, with only 2 individuals left in Syria. Their numbers were so low that scientists feared they'd disappear forever. Thanks to conservation efforts, populations have slowly started to recover, but they remain highly endangered. Unlike most ibises, which are wading birds, the northern bald ibis prefers dry, rocky landscapes. While they might look intimidating, they play a crucial role in balancing ecosystems, proving that even the most unusual-looking creatures deserve protection. Nature doesn't do injustice with anything. Number 13. Black-naped pheasant pigeon. For over a century, the black-naped pheasant pigeon was considered extinct, a ghost species that had vanished into legend. The last confirmed sighting was in 1882, and for nearly 140 years, no one had seen one in the wild. Scientists assumed it had disappeared forever. That changed when a team of researchers embarked on a mission to Papua New Guinea, determined to prove it still existed. After a grueling search, they finally captured footage of the bird, a species long believed to be lost. The pheasant pigeon is as elusive as it is unique. Unlike regular pigeons, it doesn't fly much, preferring to stay hidden on the forest floor. Its rarity makes it one of the most sought-after birds for researchers, and now that it's been rediscovered, conservationists are racing to ensure it doesn't disappear again. So, will you keep it as a pet? Number 12. Sea pigs. You've probably never seen a sea pig, and unless you have a submarine, you probably never will. These bizarre, gelatinous creatures live on the deep sea floor, thousands of meters below the surface, in complete darkness. Despite their name, they aren't pigs at all but a type of sea cucumber, scavenging the ocean depths for decaying organic matter. Sea pigs play a crucial role in the marine ecosystem, acting like underwater vacuum cleaners. In some deep-sea environments, they make up over 95% of the animal biomass, meaning they dominate their territory. But because they live at extreme depths, They're rarely seen by humans outside of deep-sea expeditions. Their semi-transparent, bloated bodies and tube-like legs give them an eerie, alien-like appearance, making them one of the strangest creatures on the ocean floor. Unless you're diving into the abyss, sea pigs will remain one of the deep sea's best-kept secrets. Number 11. Spanish dancer nudibranch. At first glance, the name might throw you off. Spanish? Dancer? Sounds like something straight out of a flamenco show, right? But this isn't a performer. It's one of the most mesmerizing sea slugs in the ocean. Found in the Indo-Pacific and the Red Sea, this vibrant, free-flowing mollusk moves unlike any other. Most sea slugs crawl, but the Spanish dancer, it swims. And not just in any way. It undulates its wide, ruffled body like a flowing dress, gracefully gliding through the water. Its red-orange color serves a dual purpose. It looks stunning, but it also warns predators to stay back. This nudibranch absorbs toxins from the jellyfish it eats, making itself unappetizing to anything looking for a quick meal. Even its egg-laying technique is artistic. Its eggs are arranged in a rosette pattern, resembling a delicate coral reef flower. A creature that dances, defends, and decorates, that's nature showing off. Number 10. Sunda colugo. The name flying lemur is misleading for two reasons. It's not a lemur, and it doesn't fly. This Southeast Asian glider is actually a primate relative that uses its extra-large skin flaps to glide from tree to tree. And when it glides, it does so with impressive precision, traveling over 300 feet while losing barely any altitude. Spending nearly all its time in trees, the Sunda colugo is completely helpless on the ground. If it falls, it has little defense against predators. This makes its gliding ability essential for survival, allowing it to escape threats without touching the forest floor. Even more impressive, mothers glide with their babies clinging to their stomachs, ensuring they stay safe during each daring leap. This creature is a master of aerial movement, proving that flightless animals can still dominate the skies, just in a different way. Number 9. Hercules beetle. This beetle isn't just big, it's the longest beetle in the world. Named after the legendary Greek hero, the Hercules beetle can grow up to 7 inches long, with its massive horn accounting for nearly half its body length. And that horn isn't just for show. Male Hercules beetles use it in combat, wrestling rivals by lifting and throwing them in battles for dominance. Their color-changing ability adds another layer of intrigue. Depending on humidity, their shells can shift from olive green to jet black, allowing them to adapt to their surroundings. Females don't have horns, but they play a vital role in the species' survival by choosing the strongest males for reproduction. Despite their fearsome appearance, Hercules beetles are harmless to humans, living off a diet of fruit and tree sap. They may be giants of the insect world, but their battles are reserved for their own kind. Number 8. Honduran white bats. These tiny snow-colored bats look like furry marshmallows with wings, but don't let their cute appearance fool you. Found only in Central America, they stand out for more than just their color. Unlike most bats that roost in caves, Honduran white bats have a DIY approach to shelter. They craft their own leafy tents. Using their teeth, they cut and fold large leaves to create natural umbrellas, keeping them protected from predators and rain. Up to 15 bats can huddle under a single leaf, making them one of nature's most resourceful creatures. Their fur isn't just for looks. Despite being called white bats, they have distinct yellow ears, noses, and wings, colors that come from the pigments in their fruit-based diet. They particularly love figs, which might explain why they stay close to tropical forests. Their unique lifestyle and striking appearance make them one of the most intriguing bats in the animal kingdom. Now let's talk about number 7, aardwolf. Despite its misleading name, the aardwolf isn't a wolf, and it's not related to aardvarks either. It actually belongs to the hyena family, though it behaves nothing like one. Instead of scavenging carcasses like its spotted relatives, the aardwolf has a very specific diet: termites, and not just a few. This nocturnal insectivore can consume up to 300,000 termites in a single night, using its long, sticky tongue designed to scoop them up effortlessly. Unlike hyenas, aardwolves are solitary and prefer to burrow underground during the day, avoiding the scorching African heat. Their small stature and shy nature make them difficult to spot, adding to their mystery. While they resemble hyenas in body structure, their gentle nature and insect-based diet set them apart in a family known for its aggressive scavengers. If anything, the aardwolf proves that even in the wild, looks can be deceiving. Number 6. White moose. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, a white moose? That's not exactly breaking news. Hold up. These creatures are far rarer than you might expect. Unlike common albino animals which lack all pigment, white moose owe their ghostly coats to leucism, a genetic condition that partially reduces pigmentation while keeping their dark eyes intact. This key difference allows them to avoid the sun-related vulnerabilities that plague albino animals, making them better suited for survival. So, how does a moose end up with this stunning white coat? It happens when a small, isolated population develops a rare genetic variation over generations. While most moose blend into forests with their brown fur, these white giants stand out like mythical creatures. If you're hoping to see one in the wild, Sweden is your best bet, though rare sightings have been reported in Canada as well. If you're lucky, you might see one, but as we say, if you're lucky. Number 5. White orca. A white orca is something most people will never see in their lifetime. These killer whales are so rare that fewer than 10 have ever been documented in the wild. At first glance, you might assume they have albinism, but their unique coloring actually comes from leucism, a genetic condition that causes a partial loss of pigmentation while leaving the eyes dark. This is why some white orcas still have faint black markings beneath their pale, ghostly skin. But their stunning appearance comes with a cost. Orcas rely on camouflage to hunt, blending into the ocean's depths to ambush their prey. A bright white orca, however, sticks out like a beacon, making hunting far more challenging. Scientists are eager to study them further, not just to understand why they exist, but to determine whether more white orcas could appear in future generations. For now, they remain one of the rarest and most enigmatic creatures in the sea. Number 4. Reticulate collared lizard. This colorful, fast-moving reptile is as rare as it is fascinating. The reticulate collared lizard is on the brink of extinction, with numbers so low that legal protections have been placed to prevent further decline. But despite conservation efforts, some fear it may never recover. One of the lizard's most jaw-dropping abilities is its sprint speed. If startled, it doesn't just run. It lifts itself onto its hind legs and bolts like a tiny prehistoric raptor. This ability allows it to outrun predators, but also makes it one of the most unique lizards in existence. During breeding season, males display brilliant gold and yellow patterns, making them stand out even more. Interestingly, these lizards start life in small social groups, but become solitary as they mature. Whether they're blending into their environment or dashing across the desert on 2 legs, these lizards are a fascinating species that conservationists are fighting to save. Now let's move to number 3, harlequin toad. The harlequin toad isn't just another amphibian, it's nature's own living masterpiece. Found in Central and South America, these toads come in an array of colors, from bright orange and electric blue to deep greens, reds, and even purples. Their striking patterns have earned them the nickname clown frogs, a reference to the classic harlequin costume. But beyond their flashy appearance, these toads carry deep cultural significance. In Panama, one species of harlequin toad is considered a national symbol, and in some regions, they're even believed to represent fertility and good luck. But despite their legendary status, these toads are facing a crisis. Unlike most endangered species, their decline isn't caused by deforestation or poaching. It's due to a devastating fungal disease called chytridiomycosis. Since the 1980s, this disease has wiped out populations at an alarming rate, and many species have vanished entirely. Number 2. Rare blue-eyed cicada. A blue-eyed cicada is so rare that at one point, people believed they were worth thousands of dollars. Rumors spread that scientists would pay up to $3,000 for a living specimen. While that turned out to be a myth, the fascination with these cicadas remains very real. Unlike their red-eyed counterparts, blue-eyed cicadas make up just 1 in a million of the population. This means that even during massive cicada swarms, spotting one is like finding a needle in a haystack. Despite their rarity, they aren't a separate species. They're just a rare genetic variation of the well-known periodical cicadas that emerge every 13 or 17 years. While you won't get rich finding one, capturing a blue-eyed cicada on camera is a brag-worthy moment for any nature enthusiast. If you ever come across one of these elusive insects, you're just lucky. Number 1. Black Sea Slug. The Black Sea Slug is an oceanic mystery. While much of its body is deep black, it has a distinctive brown patch that seems out of place. Even divers who have encountered it often question what they're looking at, leading to speculation about its genetics and evolution. This species is believed to be related to the spotted sea slug, which could explain the unexpected coloration. Scientists continue to study these creatures, but due to their rarity, they remain one of the least understood marine mollusks. The deep black coloration likely serves as camouflage in the dark ocean waters, helping it evade predators. Despite its small size, it has fascinated researchers and ocean enthusiasts alike. As more divers encounter this species, we may uncover more about why it looks the way it does. But for now, it remains a mysterious enigma of the deep. If you have enjoyed watching this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you pretty soon.